One of the key things I think in my career that helped me a lot was that I had a lot of passion for what I wanted to do. Well, anything you want in life is going to be work. And anything you don't know is going to be hard because you don't know it. But once you learn it, it becomes easier and easier. And it just takes time. When I was 9 years old, an older brother, Michael, he planted that one seed in my brain. You could probably go on to become an aerospace engineer or maybe even an astronaut. And so at that moment in time, I said, well, they probably won't select me to be an astronaut, but I can definitely become an aerospace engineer. I did not even know what that meant, but I knew that's what I was going to be when I grew up. I went to Lemoyne for 4 years in physics. I knew, the more I knew that I didn't know. So then going on to graduate school, the more I knew there, the more I knew I didn't know. So it just, even in graduate school, beyond graduate school, I'm still learning. So I knew that when I went to Ford Motor Company, because it wasn't in my comfort zone, it wasn't what I had worked on, but I knew that I could learn it because I had spent so much time in school that I knew how to teach myself how to learn new things. And so Ford Motor Company, I spent a little over 2 years there, and then I went to work for the government at the CIA. And so that was 7.5 years working there. There were so many new things that I learned. I had been a scientist all my career. And until I got to the agency, I had never gone out in the field and worked in the field to do any kind of assessment. So I ended up going to Iraq for 4 months, working there and learning a new trade. So, and then even beyond that, making the decision to become an astronaut and just going ahead and applying, I knew there was going to be another kind of, I had to gear up to do a lot of new work, and it has been a roller coaster ride, a great ride, don't get me wrong. One of my other favorite things to do was that we have to learn Russian language. With learning Russian language, trying to learn to do a spacewalk, try to learn to do the robotics, and after 5.5 years of being there, I finally feel like I'm kind of coasting because I know how to do everything. And when I do fly, I'll fly with the Russians on their ship, which is called the Soyuz. And I'll stay on the International Space Station for 6 months. And so during that 6 months, the chances of me doing a spacewalk is getting higher and higher as the space station gets older and older. So that is the ultimate goal. Going to space is like the icing on the cake, but going to do a spacewalk is the icing on the cake. So it would be an even bigger pleasure to be able to do that.